56. Bond stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes, yes, yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Tap Room Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks Lats. Joined with my guys, Big Ball and Ben Larson, Swerving Irving Washington. Dude's either yawning or eating. There's one of the two that he's got to be doing. Some free. Oh, I love chili cheese Fritos. Oh my god. Ooh, good choice. Good choice. Good choice. How we doing it? How we doing today, fellas? Ben.
I've been better.
R.I.P. to the Niners. But I mean, dude, you got to look at it on the bright side, bro. Like, you lose two quarterbacks, you're gonna lose, dude. You know.
Absolutely.
I think it's easier to embrace that L.
Oh yeah.
Because once Brock Purdy went down, I was like, dude, this game's over. Like the Niners have no fucking chance.
Dude. Josh Johnson is trash. So
yeah, that was brutal. We're gonna get to that game very shortly. Irv, how we doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Besides sleeping and eating, had to work the shift today, so cool.
Nobody wants to coach your Broncos.
It is what it is at this point. Shit,
I think the big thing.
Hire Cliff Kingsbury.
He can video in from Thailand.
Yep.
Well, I think the big thing with Sean Payton now that
they met with Jim Harbaugh again too, but Cliff sent me a text. He's on his way back to the U.S.
There we go.
Well, Ben, I don't know if you heard, but Sean Payton basically doesn't want to coach the Broncos.
Well, it's not even that too. Is that now the Saints are requesting or
they're asking
saying
for
that they want two first-round picks, and nobody's going to give up two first-round picks.
Yeah, it was supposed to. Originally, it was only supposed to be one.
Yeah,
which I don't think any team wanted to do. Now they're saying two. We'll see. The Cardinals are plus 130 to land Sean Payton, but their favorite is still Brian Flores minus 125. So honestly, if it takes a first round pick to get Sean Payton, I honestly think he's going back to Fox, dude. I don't think any team is willing to give up a first round pick for a coach, dude.
Yeah, well,
two first-round picks.
Well, even just one, I don't think they're willing to give up. So two, they're definitely not giving up. But the Broncos wanted to hire D'Amico Ryans and Benjamin Albright, who's like he's really in depth with the Broncos organization. He came out and said that if D'Amico Ryans gets the Texans offer, he'll take the Texans job over the Broncos job.
Oh wow.
And I think a lot of that does have to do with his ties to the Texans organization because he played there for fucking 8 years or whatever.
Yep.
So now the Broncos are kind of they're trying to entice Jim Harbaugh again. they're kind of they're in no man's land, bro. But it'll be interesting to see, man. I'm sorry, Irv.
It's fine. Hire me.
Resurrect the fucking dead corpse of Russell Wilson. You're gonna do it?
I'm more qualified to coach a football team than fucking Jeff Saturday, so
I mean, can't believe he's still the front runner there.
Oh, I mean, the Colts are a joke, dude.
They interviewed him twice.
Yep. Oh yeah.
If Jeff Saturday is the front runner to be the Colts job, that tells me that nobody wants that job. Nobody.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Anyways. Yeah, man, excited to be here tonight. Got a great fucking show. Obviously, we're getting ready for the Super Bowl, so you're going to hear a lot of Super Bowl talk between now and Super Bowl kickoff. There's a lot of fucking props, a lot of ways to bet the Super Bowl, which we're going to get heavily involved in. Obviously, those are not going to be out today. Probably won't be out until Friday this week, so we're going to dive into a lot of the props the following week. So we're really going to do a lot of in-game analysis of the game this week. We're going to start it tonight a little bit. We only got 2 games to talk about. This is the NFL recap show. If you're new to the show, I'm drinking some good beer, man. I'm excited for tonight, man. I'm excited.
I was just gonna ask, what are you drinking? Because we bring, for all y'all who don't know, we bring a couple beers to the podcast. Or drinks his really strong ass water. So that's the there we go.
Sometimes he been drinking beer a little bit.
That's true. That's true.
The show we did last week, just me and him, or was that last week or the week before? He was drinking the beer.
Well, there we go. There we go. So yeah, we want to bring.
Next week, I'm having some natty daddy.
There we go. Classy stuff. The classy stuff. So we always want to bring a couple beers to the show, let you know what we think about them, and give a rating out of 5 at the end of the show. Jordan, you're drinking a sour or a fruited.
I am.
What are you going with tonight?
This is a Dewey beer. This is the Secret Machine Blueberry and Peach Muffins. It's a fruit smoothie beer. Ben, you have a good eye. Dewey beers, actually, every beer I've had from them has been really fucking good. They're out of Delaware. Not much out of Delaware, but they're out of Delaware.
Yep.
So Dewey Beer, Secret Machine, Dewey Beer. Like I said, they do a lot of good beers. I've had a couple of their IPAs, a couple of their pilsners. This is my first sour from them, but man, it's as you can see, the color really fucking dark. It's thick. You could definitely smell the vanilla more than like any other berries, dude. Like just straight vanilla off the first scent. So looking forward to it, man. First couple sips been pretty good. What are you sipping on, Ben?
I'm going with Pizza Port tonight.
Ooh, I love
so I'm going with Swami's IPA. It's really a West Coast IPA, which a lot of people don't really know about it. They just see that India Pale Ale and don't even kind of go into that deeper look and see that it's a West Coaster. So they are out of Carlsbad, California. So down in the Southern California area, and I believe it's a 6.2. It's a pretty low percentage there. Oh, 6.8. So
I love Pizza Port, Ben. They got
Ben beer reminds me of the clouds, and Jordan's beer reminds me of a movie called Walk Hard, the story of Dewey Cox.
So there we go.
The wrong kid died.
There we go.
Love it. All right, let's hop into these games that happened today. First game was really the game. I mean, both these games I really look forward to. I thought we had the 4 best teams in the league in the conference championships, in my opinion, which brought me great joy. And the lines basically told us that. I mean, we had one line: Eagles closed 2.5 point favorites, Chiefs closed -1.5 point favorites. So really even matchups, and I felt like it was that way. But things did not play out that way in the San Francisco game. The Eagles win 31-7. This was just a lopsided victory. Of course, Brock Purdy gets hurt on the very first drive, the third play of the game. Josh Johnson comes in. Dude looks like he doesn't belong on a football field. And I mean, let's be honest, bro. He's on his 13th NFL team. He's a journeyman quarterback. There's a reason why he's a 4-string quarterback, right? And then he gets hurt. Brock Purdy comes back in and can't throw, so they're just handing it off.
All he can throw was a screen.
Yep.
It was bad, bro. It was ugly. And, aside from all that, the Philadelphia Eagles didn't even play that well,
No, they didn't. And they had short field the whole time.
The whole game.
Yep.
So Ben, you're the Niners fan. What was your thought? What was going through your head as this game is going on?
I mean, it's just unfortunate because you've got 2 great teams that should be neck and neck. It should have been a close game. And I mean, I do think it was a lot closer than the 31-7 score. But it was just disappointing when you build your team to be a, passing and rushing, style offense, or at least have that threat. I know they're
everything that San Francisco wants to do is off the play action.
Yeah. And when you don't even have that threat to, pass the ball more than 5 yards, then, all you have to do is worry about the run. And I mean, McCaffrey, I don't think, had his best game. Obviously, he was a little injured throughout the week.
Well, I mean,
Debo could not run the ball.
After Josh Johnson, after one drive, the Eagles were like, "This dude can't throw," so they literally
They
just started.
keyed in on
Yeah,
McCaffrey.
they
And I
stacked
think
the
McCaffrey
box.
actually did pretty well for him to be the only threat on offense.
Yeah, my biggest thing was like, Josh Johnson gets hurt. Why bring in Brock Purdy if he can't throw, dude? At least like just run Debo at quarterback, because at least he gives you the option to run the football. Like because when Brock Purdy's in there, he's not a threat to run. He's not a threat to pass. So he's just there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least if Debo or CMC are in the Wildcat, at least they're a threat to run the ball, and you have to fucking play him for it. I mean, to be completely honest, dude, once Brock Purdy got hurt, this game was over, dude. There was no fucking chance the Niners had.
Well, and then I think after the second quarter, after all the dumb penalties that the Niners took, which in my eyes, those calls were a little chintzy. It's playoff football. I think you let some of those go. Obviously, that face mask, can't let that go. But I think once they got down 14-0.
No, it was 7-7, and they got down 14-7.
Oh, that's right, 14.
That fumble completely changed
the whole game.
Yep.
Right before halftime too.
Well, Devontae Smith's no catch changed the whole game. They should have challenged it, but the thing I kept asking myself all day is like, okay, last 2 weeks we get these expedited replays constantly, right? And then all of a sudden today there's like no expedited replays.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happened to that shit?
Yep.
The guy in New York was busy.
So he doing something, bro.
Yep.
But I mean, you have to wonder, like, that was a 4th down play, 4th and 6. What happens if that actually gets overturned? The Niners have the ball 0-0. Who knows how things play out differently, right?
Yeah, maybe Brock Purdy doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, we can go back and talk about that shit. Things happen. I've been watching football for over 30 years, dude. This is the first time in my life I've ever seen anything like this happen today.
Yep.
Where the Niners literally ran out of quarterbacks, dude. That's crazy, bro. Like, I don't think people understand how insane this is. Like, it is. You know what I mean? And like, we could sit here and say, well, the Eagles' defense was dominant. Sure, dude. Great. The Eagles' defense was dominant because it was easy. All you were playing was a run after Brock Purdy gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know, dude.
And this is another reason why, not to cut you off, Jordan, but this is another reason why NFL owners need to stop being tight asses and expand NFL rosters. Because even back in the day, up until about 2-3 years ago, NFL teams kept 3 active quarterbacks on their rosters for situations like this.
Mm-hmm.
We just started going into a game with only 2 active. Sometimes it only be 1 active quarterback.
Yeah.
In games, certain situations.
Look how many QBs got concussions this year. Like, you can have multiple, concussions per game.
They need to either expand the rosters or add extra slots to that maybe a guy that doesn't count against the roster.
Yeah, for an extra quarterback,
especially like QB, maybe O-line, D-line. If they're not going to expand the rosters, they got to get these teams something, because shit like today shouldn't happen under any circumstances. No team that makes it to the NFC Championship should run out of quarterbacks in game. That completely just changed the whole tide of the game.
Oh,
it's already hard enough to score and make games competitive in the NFL. And when you handicap a team like that, they lose 2 quarterbacks. They got to bring one back in that's injured, who can't throw the damn ball beyond the line of scrimmage. So
I think the most unfortunate thing, though, is Brock Purdy's already their 3rd string quarterback, right?
Exactly.
So imagine if they did have a 3rd string quarterback. That dude's a 6th string quarterback, basically 5th, 6th string quarterback. So I mean, it's like what the Niners were already dealing with is already what they've overcome this season is already spectacular, and then having to overcome that is just a lot. But I do agree, you have to carry 3 quarterbacks, especially after today. Like, the NFL can't have this, because I mean the game was like unwatchable, dude. Yeah. After Brock Purdy went down, especially after Josh Johnson went down, it was unwatchable because Brock Purdy was just couldn't do anything. You know what I mean? It was just it was a mess, dude. And like, you could see the frustration in the Niners players, dude. Trent Williams fucking throws that dude to the ground because they're frustrated, bro. Like, they got all the way here, and just like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. all at once, dude. It was
You know they call Trent Williams a silverback. We gotta change his name to Undertaker. He choked
dude, he's a strong dude, bro.
and the other guy was pretty small. Who was that?
It was Wallace or some shit.
Yeah, Kevon Wallace he's a small guy too, and he just picked him up and threw him.
But what's going to get lost in this game, I think, is that, people are going to look at this game and look at the score 31-7. They're going to say, well, Philadelphia just dominated this game, bro. But,
no, I think you said they averaged less than 4 yards a play.
3.8 yards per play, which would be an entire yard less than the Houston Texans average all season long. I mean, they really couldn't move the ball that well, No.
Well, they had 269 total yards.
Yeah, and once
with 31 points.
And at the same time, the Niners were on these short fields and they were trying to create turnovers, so they were doing stupid shit on defense, trying to get turnovers.
Dre Greenlaw was absolutely playing outside himself today. He was not playing like the fundamentally sound, damn good linebacker he is. He plays next to Fred Warner, and you rarely see a drop off in both of those dudes play. And he had some bonehead plays, but he was basically trying to make up for.
They were trying to make a play, dude. They were trying to.
Yeah, because the defense knew they had to score some points. For the Niners to win that game, once Purdy went out, the defense knew they had to either create turnovers for short fields or just score points themselves. So it put them in a tough position.
And you're totally right. They were so frustrated out there. I mean, that hit, as he's out of bounds, the punches, punching the ball. Yeah, I think that was the biggest penalty that I was most pissed off about, because you're told to play to the whistle.
Yep.
And there wasn't a whistle.
Yeah,
so if you're calling that the play is over, blow the whistle. If you're calling that he stopped his forward momentum, blow the whistle.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
I don't know if they could hear it or not, because it was loud, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was loud too. So I'm like, even if they did blow the whistle, you can't hold it against him if he didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Because it's not like he just was trying to punch him just to punch him. He was trying to punch the ball out.
Yeah.
There was a lot of bullshit calls, dude. The roughing the kicker,
I didn't like that call, and both of those holdings on Ward, those are the most ticky-tack shits I've seen in a long time. And
even the hands to the face, dude. The offensive lineman's literally holding the guy. You know what I mean? He's just trying to get out of being held.
And Bosa was getting held damn near every other play, wasn't getting called. I guess when you just that good, like most announcers say, it's holding every play. It's just up to the refs if they gonna call it or not.
Yep.
But I wouldn't, if I was a Niners fan, I wouldn't be mad or sad about this game. You lost 2 QBs.
Yep.
And the only time they scored on y'all is when it was on short fields off of turnovers.
Yep.
We know for a fact, even if the Niners had Jimmy G or Trey Lance, this would be a totally different game.
They did technically have a 92-yard drive, but that was that roughing the kicker penalty that extended drive.
Yeah, that extended the whole
got pushed into the fucking kicker. Dude.
Yeah, he was pushed in. Yeah.
What's he supposed to do?
3 of their scoring drives were all
got extended on penalties, basically.
All got extended on penalties, and then that 4th down, if Couch, I don't know if Cal didn't look at it or whoever was upstairs didn't look at it, but
yeah, that was terrible, bro.
Even when I saw that live, I'm like, that didn't look like a catch to me, but
yep.
We are, but man, the Niners should be all right, man. Only thing I would tell the Niners, they got to get a right guard and they got to get a right tackle, because those two had their worst. The guard wasn't that bad throughout the season, but that right tackle, McGlinchey's been horrible the whole season. The guard just had his worst game of the year today, and it wasn't good.
Yeah. The interesting thing is going to be the quarterback situation, because I felt if Brock Purdy won this game, he was definitely the quarterback going into next year. Now, you invested a lot to get Trey Lance.
Yeah.
So now I think Trey Lance is going to be their quarterback going into next year, which is going to make things quite interesting. Jimmy's gone. You can kiss him goodbye.
Yep.
But I do think that the Brock Purdy thing is interesting. Plus, he's going to get an MRI tomorrow. If he has a torn UCL, he could be needing Tommy John. What's the timeline for that look like? If he's out for the year, do you bring back Jimmy G as your backup if he's willing to be the backup? You know what I mean? There's a lot of interesting dynamics going on with the Niners
Mm-hmm.
heading into the offseason and heading into next season.
And I think if Purdy is healthy enough to play, I think that is good competition for Lance, though.
Yeah,
Because
but you
we
can't.
know that
The one thing though, Ben, is like you've invested so much into Trey Lance, and if you have a quarterback competition and Purdy wins, then you literally eliminate any value you could trade for Trey Lance. Trey
No,
Lance
I
has.
wouldn't say eliminate any value because at the end of the day, you see how much quarterbacks are needed around the league, especially when it's injuries like this.
Yeah, but if
Now,
Purdy wins out, Irv, what are you going to give for Trey Lance?
I don't know.
A third, fourth round
Is it
pick?
gonna be a close battle? Is it gonna be we're gonna ride with Purdy, but at the first sign of trouble, we're gonna turn things over to Trey?
True,
Because
but then you
let's
have to
be
wait a whole year to trade him, right?
because then you got to think about it. We know what Trey Lance brings to the table, and it's basically a taller, more athletic, faster Brock Purdy. Because what Brock Purdy was doing while Trey was hurt is what everybody expects Trey to do when he's healthy, and he showed glimpses of that.
Trey's
But
way more athletic, dog.
I know what I'm saying. He showed glimpses of it, but then he on a freak play he broke his damn ankle. So I think that Brock Purdy is you're right. If Brock Purdy would have won this game and got them to the Super Bowl, he probably would have been the unquestioned starter next year. But this just opens up the door for Trey Lance. And like CJ said, they're gonna give Trey Lance his a fair shot and his shot to lead this team again. So it's up to him. He just gotta stay healthy.
Yeah. What about trading Purdy now?
Nah,
Purdy's value is incredibly high.
Yeah, but you
so
need
much more than that 260, 72nd pick or whatever he was.
Yeah, but like Irv said, like, you know, Trey Lance got hurt in the first game of the season. Like, can't even stay healthy throughout a whole season. So you might as well carry Brock Purdy into next year. Because what happens if Trey Lance goes down in week 5, week 6, week 7, right?
We know Jimmy G is gone. They definitely gonna have to draft a QB, honestly.
Yeah, and you know, in Kyle's system, he drafts the right quarterback. You know, we've seen a lot of quarterbacks succeed in that system, right? They just have a lot of talent around them. But if I'm the Niners, dude, I'm keeping Brock Purdy. If I'm gonna trade anybody, it's gonna be Trey Lance because you know I think if they were to trade him right now, I think they could get a first round pick for him. Now, are they gonna get what they gave up for him? No, but
yeah.
I think you get a first round pick. But now that Brock Purdy didn't make the Super Bowl, I do think that it opens the door. I do think Trey Lance is gonna be the quarterback next year.
Yeah.
Now, what they do with Brock Purdy moving forward after that, I mean, maybe Brock Purdy is a career backup. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he was just surrounded by all this talent because he didn't look great against the Cowboys, right?
No.
And he did have a lot of fucking talent around him. Like, if Brock Purdy goes to the Texans, is he looking like he did this year?
No,
probably not. So
not even close. Even if he goes to, takes over for Matt Ryan's position in Indianapolis.
Well, I mean, that could be interesting because Indy does have a lot of talent. They're for some reason
they have
though
more talent, but I don't think they have as much talent as.
Nah, they got a lot of talent.
In
It's just
San
for
Francisco.
some reason their offensive line, which was number 1 in the league in 2021, for some reason, dude, just took like 40 steps back this year, dude. I don't know what the fuck happened there, dude. Like, I've never seen anything like that. Even Quinn Nelson, who's like all-pro guard, he had a terrible year. He got voted to the all-pro team, and he was like, dude, I had my worst year. Like, how the fuck did I get voted to the all-pro?
He even said, he was like, how?
Yeah.
When the interviewer asked him, he was like, how? I think I had my worst year to date.
It's crazy, bro. No, but I mean, like, obviously the Niners have a lot of pieces in place. They are going to have to start making decisions on guys, though. They got a lot of guys coming up for contract extensions. But when you aren't paying anybody for a QB, it makes it a lot easier to pay guys. You know what I mean? Be interesting, man. All right, let's move on to Bengals and Chiefs. This was a good game. I thought this one was going to get out of hand in the first quarter, dude. I'm not going to lie, bro. I thought this one was going to be a runaway game for the Chiefs because the Bengals could not protect Joe Burrow at all, dude. The Chiefs had like 4 sacks in the first quarter.
Yeah, that not having 3 O linemen reared his ugly head this week,
dude. And it makes you wonder though, how bad is Buffalo's defense, dude?
I wouldn't say it's bad. They just didn't have their pass rushers.
and they were in the snow, which is
That
hard to
too.
rush past. But I mean,
George Karlaftis that dude's turning into a beast.
bro, been saying, dog, since the summer. I said he's Purdue's best defensive player of all time, and it's starting to click for him, dude. The Chiefs were able to rush 4 all game and apply pressure. Their secondary is just so fucking stupid, dude. Like, just so many dummies in their secondary. Like, they cannot locate a football to save their fucking life, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that touchdown to T. Higgins should have been intercepted, dude.
Yeah, and that fourth down play was horrible too.
Yeah,
like,
like,
bro, all you had to do is turn your head and bat the ball down.
Yep.
What the fuck are they doing?
Both of them was looking at Jamar Chase, and he just jumped up and caught the ball.
He did. What was your thoughts on this game, Ben?
I mean, I thought it was a great game, but that self-inflicted wound at the end from Cincinnati. I mean, you can't hit, especially Burrow Mahomes going out of bounds to give them another 15 yards after they just got got that first down. Mahomes probably, I mean, I don't know if Mahomes, pushes that ball down, a lot further. I didn't think he had a lot of yards, but I didn't think
enough time, honestly.
Yeah. So, that extra 15 yards to get them into field goal position, that was the dumbest play of the day.
I mean, you could see Joseph Asai at the end of the game. I mean, you could tell he just I felt so bad for that guy, man, dude. Like, he was crying on the sideline. Like, he knew he fucked up, dude. Like, he made a mental mistake. He was trying to make a play.
Yep.
And, unfortunately, like, dude, they're gonna call that every single fucking time when it's a quarterback, dude.
What's his name?
Joseph Asai.
Joseph Asai. And he had a damn good game. But my boy Mark Dickens said he couldn't be an NFL owner because he would have been cut on the field and left his ass in Kansas City.
Nah, dude. You're human at the end of the day, bro. Humans make mistakes, and it's unfortunate, dude. He made the worst mistake at the worst fucking time, dude.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like he didn't really. Yeah, that moment cost them the game. But think of all the other plays they could have made, all the other opportunities they had to win that game, dude, and they didn't do it. And the same could be said for Kansas City. I mean, Kansas City, at one point, like, it looked like they were going to run away with that game. But here the Bengals go again in the second half. They adjust, and the Chiefs refuse to run the fucking football, dude.
Yep.
2 deep safeties every fucking play. What's that say? Joe Burrow? Nah, Joe Burrow's too nice of a guy, dude.
Looking at Joseph Asai.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's too nice of a guy. And it's unfortunate, man. I feel bad for the guy. May or may not have cost him that game. I mean, Joe Burrow threw an interception the drive before.
Yep.
And the Chiefs were marching on the field, couldn't fucking punch it in. Got stalled in the
That DB made a hell of a play though.
He did. And then there was a holding call that pushed them back. So, there's a lot of 60 minutes of football, dude. There's a lot of opportunities, and it's a game of inches, you know, and it's easy to peg it on one guy. It's easy to peg it on one play in hindsight. But it's like, how many other opportunities could you have made? Because in my opinion, like, that game shouldn't have been that close.
No.
The Chiefs should have ran away with that game. But the Chiefs love the dramatic, dude. They love
they love making their job a lot harder than it's supposed to be.
Yep. And Mahomes, he obviously wasn't 100%, dude. You could tell.
Yeah, he was struggling out there.
Yeah, but I'll take a 80% Mahomes over 90% of the quarterbacks in this league.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 95. There's probably only 3 quarterbacks I would take over 80% Mahomes, dude, in the league.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's one of them.
Fuck
oh,
no.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The only 3 quarterbacks I would take over 80% Mahomes is
that's right.
Is Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow. Dude, how crazy is the AFC gonna be for years, dude? It's gonna be a gauntlet, bro.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That's why nobody wants that Broncos job, Irv.
Especially with that division.
Yeah,
like I said, just hire me. I'll fix it.
Oh, and I take Herbert over Nah,
Yeah,
maybe.
Herbert just went into surgery today.
He'll be back though. What are
Yeah.
you going to
What did he
surgery
have
for?
surgery on?
Shoulder.
Ooh, was it throwing shoulder or non-throwing shoulder?
I believe it was his throwing shoulder.
Probably just cleaning up shit.
Well, I hope it ain't nothing serious.
Yeah, it's probably just cleaning up. Probably can't be nothing too serious.
Well,
bro.
shout out to my USC Trojans. We'll have another Super Bowl winner this year for sure, no matter who wins.
Why? Who?
The Chiefs have Jones, the running back, and Juju, and the Eagles have Marlon Tuipulotu.
That's right. Nice. I like it.
See,
The future for the Niners: get 2 linemen, maybe draft a capable quarterback in the later rounds of this draft, and please start carrying 3 quality quarterbacks on your active roster for every game of the year, including the playoffs.
Who? Man, who would have thought they would be down to their 4th-string quarterback though, dude?
That's true too. Yeah, and it's crazy too because the other 2 quarterbacks had season-ending injuries. So
yeah. Justin Herbert repaired toward labrum.
he'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he'll be good. All
All I
right.
know is that Kansas City is going to fucking destroy the Eagles next week, or not next week, but in 2 weeks.
All right, so I was just about to bring it up. Let me pull up the numbers because this line opened as a pick 'em at pretty much everywhere. It's now been bet up to. We're basically, let me see here. We're basically minus two, minus 2.5 everywhere for the Eagles.
So you can see this getting up to basically like 3.5.
No. I think this game's gonna be very similar to the Niners Eagles game, where every time it gets to 3, it's gonna get pushed back down. I mean, I could see this game getting flipped too.
Yep.
Because right now, a lot of people they just saw this game. They just saw both these games. They seen the Eagles smash, right, and then they seen Mahomes hobbling around there. But you got to remember, dude, Mahomes getting an extra week of preparation, dude.
Yep.
So he's gonna be more healthy, right? Obviously, the Eagles' pass rush is explosive, dude. It's really good, but the Eagles play zone defense behind that, and Mahomes is the best player against a blitz, so you can't blitz him. You literally have to rush forward and just hope for the best.
Yep.
And dude, he missed throws today that I've never seen him miss. He missed 3 big throws, dude. He missed that throw to Scantling Jr., Marquez Valdez-Scantling. That would have been a touchdown, right? So, what's our early lean? Ben's throwing the house on KC.
Yep.
What do you think, Irv?
Especially if I'm getting points.
Yeah, I don't think Mahomes has ever lost. I'm trying to look it up, but I don't think Mahomes has ever lost as an underdog in his career, dude.
Damn.
I'm almost positive.
Well, I'm a lean because this Super Bowl is going to be the classic. It's going to be the Eagles have the better overall roster, but the O line and the D lines are playing like close. It's just the Eagles have a deeper D line, so they're going to keep their guys a little fresher throughout the game because they rotate a lot. But
hey, so Mahomes has only been an underdog twice in his career, and he's 2-0 in those games.
yeah, but the Chiefs have the ultimate equalizer, and that is the best quarterback on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
So long as they don't turn the ball over and they can come up with some stops, this game is going to come down to the 4th quarter. And who do you trust more, Jalen Hurts or Patrick Mahomes?
Yep. I think this game, to me, Irv, reminds me a lot of the 2020 Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Niners, where like the Niners come into the game. Obviously, they had Jimmy Garoppolo. They have a great offensive line, great skill players, elite defense, right? And everyone's like, well, they're the better team. 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 We hear that for fucking 2 weeks. They're the better team. And what happens? Chiefs are down like fucking 14 going into the 4th quarter. Patrick Mahomes magic. Boom. Shakalaka. Patrick Mahomes wins the game, dude. Because at the end of the...
I can definitely see that happening in this Super Bowl because at the end of the day, if the Chiefs stifle the Eagles' run game, Jalen Hurts is going to have to make plays with his arm.
And they shut the fuck out of the Bengals run game today. They shut that shit down.
And the Bengals have a real. I think the back half of the season they had a top 2 or 3.
They just ran for 150 yards against the Bills.
Yeah, so I think it's really going to come down to if the Chiefs make the Eagles somehow one dimensional, and then I would give the Chiefs a big edge as far as quarterback play anyway because they have Mahomes. But
well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you both this. Who's the best quarterback the Eagles have faced this year?
Josh Johnson.
Nah, dead ass. Who's the best quarterback they faced this year?
Best quarterback they faced this year? Damn, is it Jared Goff?
Nah, probably Dak. And they lost.
I'll take Dak. I'll take Goff over Dak right now.
Really?
Yeah, man. Dak is not it. And it's a lot of rumblings that the Cowboys might try to move on from him.
Well, I mean, dude, the Eagles did put up like almost 40 points against the Eagles with Goff. So, okay.
Maybe you could say Aaron Rodgers.
And they fired his boy.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers, that's a good one, Ben. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers lit them up too. But, you know, the Packers this year, I think talent-wise are just so much worse. And
yeah, the skill positions is not the same.
And also, I would say Mahomes is way better than Aaron Rodgers right now in 2022. Like Mahomes is here in 2022, like right here, and Aaron Rodgers is like here.
Yeah.
So the three best quarterbacks that Eagles face this year: Aaron Rodgers at home, right? Mm-hmm. Dak Prescott, they lost to, and Jared Goff, who they gave up, I think it was like 30-something points, right, Ben?
35 points.
35 points.
Yep.
This could be interesting, man. You know, I've been saying all year the Eagles haven't played anybody. They haven't. 32nd DVOA schedule.
Yep.
Doesn't mean they're not a good team. Doesn't mean they suck. They're a good team, dude. But they have not faced anybody as good as Mahomes. And let's look back to week 7 or week 8 when the Niners faced the Chiefs. What did the Chiefs do to the Niners' number 1 ranked defense?
Yep.
On the road.
If they push Hurts to throw the ball, we saw it today. He did not have that accuracy. You know, even like he did at the beginning of the season, that shoulder is still hurt.
Yeah, he missed Brown bad. That should have been a walk-in touchdown.
I also think what the Niners did well was they forced Jalen Hurts to the left. They didn't let him get out to his right. You know, they would collapse up. They weren't really rushing. They were keeping him inside the pocket, and if he was escaping, they were forcing him to the left and forcing him to throw off his, backwards, basically. And the Chiefs can do that because the Chiefs have a really good defensive line. I don't think people understand how good the Chiefs' defensive line is with Frank Clark.
They got a
Chris
good defensive line, and those two dogs in the middle, 91 and Chris Jones, they ain't really going for much. So if the Eagles do try to run the ball, it's gonna have to be on the outside because the Chiefs ain't giving up nothing up the middle.
Yeah, they got
those
a good
ends.
line.
You got Dunlap, you got Karlaftis, you got Clark, and they got another guy too who has some decent rushes too. So I think the Super Bowl gonna be close. But if the Eagles don't play a clean game, if they have any type of turnovers, it might get ugly.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be a close game. I think, like you said, I think it's gonna come down to the fourth quarter. Give me the best quarterback in the fourth quarter. Obviously, I haven't really dug into this game. This is just early analysis.
Yeah, this is just fresh analysis based off what we saw in those NFC. And they're both each game. But the Eagles got to average way more than 3.8 yards per play. If they average that against the Chiefs, then this Super Bowl might get ugly.
Yep.
And Eagles fans, stop trying to climb poles that's already been greased by the city. It's not going to end well for you.
Is there videos of them sliding down?
There's already videos of one dude fell off. He was down there at the top and fell.
Did you see the guy the fans who were on top of the bus, like the glass
bus stop? It fell through.
Yep.
Oh my god.
It was like 8 of them up there. Now they probably have like glass in their ass.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
I will definitely be backing the Chiefs, obviously. Mahomes getting Super Bowl #2. Ready for it, baby. I'm a little sad because I had that Niners future, which would have paid out really well, but I hedged a little bit, so I didn't lose a lot. I
Cool.
took Philly money line to hedge a little bit, but it would have been a lot prettier if the Niners won the Super Bowl. I'll tell you that much. But it is what it is. That's how betting goes, man. I'm really looking forward to the Super Bowl though, because like I said, there's a lot of opportunities to win money, man. You know,
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of things to bet on, a lot of props, and a lot of fun things too. Which, like, we'll give our
Coin toss,
well, dude.
first touchdown.
We've won the coin toss 3 years in a row.
Yep.
Heads, never
The
dead.
Gatorade color.
Gatorade color is a little difficult.
Yep.
We tried handicapping it pretty close. We handicapped the national anthem pretty well last year. So we doing what we can, bro. We just out here trying to make a dollar.
Did you see the meme about Trout being at the game?
Oh yeah, he finally made the playoffs.
Yeah. Dude's
That's
been to
good
more
dude.
Eagles playoff games than Angels playoff games.
And I don't know why that dude signed that contract, man. But hey, generational wealth, you're gonna be talked about as one of the greatest players ever, but you just play for a dog shit franchise. So just
Yep.
the good outweighs the bad, buddy.
Do you think that Mike Trout will ever be viewed in the same, like, will they always be like, oh yeah, Trout was a great player, but he never won?
He'll probably end up being like a top 5 positional player ever, but in the historical sense, people are going to hold it against him because if he doesn't have any playoff success at all, then you probably won't be able to call him a GOAT because, well, you could probably still call him a GOAT, but he won't be like, a GOAT like Ken Griffey and Barry Bonds because
Griffey
as
don't
trash
have
as
no
they-
fucking postseason success.
huh?
Griffey don't have any. Griffey's won one playoff series in his entire career.
But hey, he still won one. How many he made it to multiple playoffs and shined and have put up great numbers.
Bro, he made it
Barry
to like 3
Bonds.
playoffs in his career.
Huh?
Griffey made it to like 3 playoffs in his career.
Yeah, and he had success in all of them.
Dude, he won 1 playoff series.
I'm just saying his teams was dog shit. The fact that they was even there.
Bro, he played for the team that has the most wins in MLB single season history. What are we talking about? His team's dog shit.
Wait, you talking about when they went up against the Yankees? Come on now.
I don't care, dude. He had Randy Johnson, who was like the most dominant pitcher of his era, pitching for him. He had Alex Rodriguez.
That just goes to show the best team don't always win. But Trout has no playoff success. Even Griffey's small amount of playoff production success is way more than what Trout has had his whole career.
Bro, I love Griffey, dog. I do. But Griffey is nowhere. He can't, in my opinion, he can't even be mentioned in the same sentence as Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds is that good, dog.
When you talk about talent, they're right there with each other.
Nah, dog. There's never been a hitter as dominant as Barry Bonds in my entire life.
Well, Griffey did have like a 4-year run where he averaged 50 home runs a season and like 300. So
yeah, well, Bonds got fucking intentionally walked more times than like 30 MLB teams this year, dog. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. I'm not saying they're the same. They're not. I'm not saying Griffey is better than Bonds
because Griffey's a better defensive player. I'll give you
as
that.
far as talent and production, like if you put their numbers up against each other, it's not that big of a difference. Besides the
What?
MVP.
Yes, they are.
Yes, it is. What are you talking about? Dog, Bonds is like, dude. Bonds is like on historical levels, dog. There's nobody close to Bonds, dude.
Yeah.
I don't tolerate Ken Griffey slander.
Bro, I love Griffey, dog. I love Griffey, bro, but Bonds was and is him, dude. I don't think there will ever be a player as good as Barry Bonds ever again, dude. Mike Trout might be the closest, but now Trout can't stay healthy. Like, that's the thing is, like, how old were you? And you were born what, 91?
No, born 1990.
1990. So you're only few years younger than Ben and I. Bro, Bonds was special, bro.
Bro, I'm a Dodger fan. I watched Prime Bonds. I watched him. I probably watched the Giants more than any other team besides my Dodgers. Bonds was the shit. But Ken Griffey was too. And you gotta think, Ken Griffey lost what, maybe 2 to 3 seasons
Yeah, but that's the thing is Bonds
due
stayed
to
healthy.
injuries. I know because that cream he rubbed on his arms every game. It helped him stay healthy.
Man, Griffey got big.
All right, Bonds 2,935 hits. Griffey 27, so 200 hits less. Bonds 762.
Give us
Griffey,
the slashes.
630.
Give us the slashes.
The what?
The slashes. So average, on base percentage, slugging.
Yeah, I was getting to average. Batting average, Bonds 298, Griffey 284. Slugging percentage, Bonds 607, Griffey 538.
What's the OPS?
OPS, Bonds 1.051.
Yeah, dog. Once you get over 1 OPS, dog, that's GOAT level.
907.
Woo! There's no other player in Major League history. I don't think there's any other player, right, Ben, in Major League history that has a OPS over 1.
I don't know.
That's like, dude, that's saying that you're basically on base or driving in runs every single at bat.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, bro. That's elite level. That's like shooting 90% from 3 in the NBA.
But Bonds' later years helped a lot of that.
Nah, because he tailed off. Like, his 07 year, dude, like, he wasn't that great. He was just out there trying to fucking break the home run record.
No, I'm saying like his years before that were just so damn great that it helped everything else. I think one year his OPS was like damn near 1,400.
Yeah, because he got walked. Like,
422.
he got that's the best OPS in the single season history of Major League Baseball. That's because, dude, he got walked with the bases loaded, bro. There's no other player in MLB history that got walked with bases loaded.
Yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 season of over 1 OPS.
It's unreal, dog. That's literally unreal.
He led the league in OPS.
How many bases did he steal in his career too?
In his career,
I think he's only 400.
514.
Yeah, so he's a 500 guy.
How many bases Griffey steal?
Griffey 184.
Damn.
Well, Bonds stole a lot of bases when he was in Pittsburgh too, so he wasn't always.
But
that's big, the Hulkenberry Bonds you see in San Francisco.
But that's the argument for Bonds, dude, is that he was a Hall of Fame player before the steroids. If he took steroids, there's no proof.
Griffey only over 1 4 seasons.
All right, let me throw this out. Let me ask y'all something real quick. All right. We're gonna dive into MLB a little bit later on in the season, but we got a few minutes, dude. I might as well throw this out there. Some shops have opened up win totals for next year. I want to throw some win totals out to you guys. Get some early thoughts for next year MLB win totals. All right. In the National League, Dodgers over under 103.5 wins. Irv.
Who's that?
Dodgers over under 103.5 wins. That's a lot of wins.
I'll probably say under. I probably got to win at 100 games this year.
Ben?
Yeah, I think because of the division. I think San Diego goes a little bit higher. So
think about this though: the Giants got worse.
Under.
Giants got worse.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but Giants didn't beat them last year. So.
Padres got better.
Yeah.
Diamondbacks gonna be better.
Yeah.
Rockies probably gonna be dog shit.
Yeah.
I like the under in 103.
Yeah, I like the under. I was probably winning.
I still think they win
maybe 100.
the division, but
Because I always think about it like this, dude. I think the most elite teams in Major League Baseball, I set them at like 98 and a half. You win 98 games, elite, right? Last year we had so many teams win like 99, 100 games. I don't think that's gonna happen this year. I don't think it's gonna happen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams at over 99. 99 or over.
I don't think it's gonna happen this year. All right. New York Mets, 97 and a half.
Under.
Yeah, I like the under too.
Mm-hmm.
Braves, 94 and a half.
I'm gonna go over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the over too. Damn, we're all green, dude. This ain't good.
Having Matt Chapman went there, right?
No, Sean Murphy.
Yeah, but it was Matt Chapman the year before, correct?
Olsen, that's
right. I think he has a hell of a lot better year than he did last year.
Well, he had a good start of the year and he had a good end of the year. He just had a so middle of the year. He's got to turn that around. This is one that I like. The Marlins over under 78 and a half. Over under 78 and a half.
78 and a half. You're giving them 8 more wins, 9 more wins than last year.
Yeah.
Probably go under.
Irv?
Marlins
Yep. Over under 78 and a half.
Improved hitting. They got a top 5 pitching staff. Yeah, I like over 78.
Yeah, I like the over 78 and a half. And I also bet the Marlins plus 4,600 to win the NL East. I think they're a dark horse because you have Sandy Alcantara. You trade Pablo Lopez, but you have such a deep pitching staff coming up that, this is a team that made the playoffs in 2020, right? This team just couldn't hit for shit last year. And a lot of that was because their best hitter, Jazz Chisholm, got hurt. He's coming back. You add the best hitter in the American League, Luis Arias, at least batting average wise, to that lineup. Jorge Soler, hopefully he stays healthy.
Sanchez back.
Jesus Sanchez, hopefully he can make more contact because when he does make contact, that ball fucking flies the fuck out.
Yeah, JJ Bleday should definitely be
on
the major league roster this year.
Yeah, I like the Marlins, dude. And I know 4,600 it's a long shot, dude. So
and plus it's a team that always overachieves, so why can't it beat them? It was the Orioles last year. They definitely can have overachiever. They have overachiever potential.
I love it. I love the Marlins this year. The Marlins are gonna be my team this year, dude. I'm telling you.
What are the Giants at?
The Giants 86 and a half, which I think is way too high, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah. They're a worse team than they were last year. So
the only thing that concerns me is the year before, we all thought they were going to be dog shit and they overexcelled.
Games, yeah.
And then last year, it's the Giants are going to be better than the year before, and then they underachieved. So they could be a good team where you think they're going to be bad and they overachieve. They could be a good overachieving type team, which kind of worries me. But yeah, I like that under. AL Orioles 75 and a half.
I think they might regress. No, over because they're gonna be healthier this year and they're gonna have better hitting.
Yep.
It does concern me though, Irv. They could regress because they got career years out of some guys,
Yeah, that's true.
And Adley Rutschman, obviously, we're expecting him to take another step forward. Gunnar Henderson, obviously, take another step forward. They trade for Cole Irvin, but still, like, who's their ace? They don't have an ace, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think their pitching staff's just full of like a bunch of 2 and 3 guys. I love Tyler Wells, dude. I think Tyler Wells has ace stuff, but he can't stay healthy, dude. He hasn't stayed healthy his whole career, so we'll see. Can John Means come back and from Tommy John and be that guy?
Mm-hmm.
I lean over. I think this number is like pretty correct, right on the dot, which has them dead last in the AL East.
Yeah.
Yankees, dude, 104.5.
Under. Hell no.
They picked
Dog
up
shit.
Penny pitching.
Yeah, they got your guy, dude. What's his face from your Giants, dude?
That's right. Rodon.
Dude, the Yankees had a lot of guys overachieve last year too.
Yeah.
Them damn Jags ain't doing that again.
And they got a lot of guys that are getting older.
Expecting to win 5 more games than last year.
There's
Even
no
if they
way.
do, they're gonna lose to the Astros in the first or second round.
It's very true.
There's no way Aaron Judge duplicates last season.
No.
All right.
I think Toronto probably wins that division.
We got let me see here. Let me see.
What are your Oakland A's at? What's
Oh,
Seattle at?
86.5.
Seattle's at 86?
Yeah.
What about Oakland? 62?
Yeah. 67.
I think they could win more than 67.
Actually, no, they're at 58.5.
Oh, they could definitely win more than that.
They didn't
Unless
add
y'all
anything
just-
from last year, and
Unless y'all just tanking.
I mean, dude,
Tanking for Deuce Robinson.
they have the lowest over under. They have them and the Nationals have the lowest. The Rangers 74.5, bro.
Well, they did sign DeGrom and who else?
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna be. Oh, hold on. Man, I fucked up. I was reading updated odds from last year. Hold on. No, there's no fucking way. They have the Orioles at 62.5 next year. That's an easy over.
yep.
They do have Texas at 74.5 though.
That could go either way.
A's at 68.5. Yankees at 91.5. They got Toronto 92.5.
I think Toronto's going to win that division.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I think if Tampa's healthy, dude, I think they have the best pitching in that division. But who knows?
Tampa is kind of you have to prove it to me. Because what they did last year, I think was, I know they were in it at the end, but I was not impressed with their play.
It's gonna be an interesting season, man. We're gonna deep dive these as we move towards football season. How many weeks do we have till the beginning of next year? Next season?
What for February? I mean, for baseball,
Yeah.
pitchers
So-
and catchers got a report on.
Yeah, but we're gonna. When's opening day this year? March? Is it March 31st?
It'll be March 31st, right?
Usually is around there, April 1st.
First spring games are 2/24, so February 24th.
March 30th.
Okay.
All 30 teams scheduled to play.
Sheesh. Make a parlay, Jordan. 15 teamer, buddy.
All right, so
No based off of opening day records.
March 30th. So we have 6 divisions. So what's 6 weeks before March 30th?
March Madness.
Well, no, we're
6 weeks before the 30th.
yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4,
We're doing our schedule on
6.
live air.
We got to start February 19th.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
All right, so February 19th, we're going to start our baseball preview. We'll start with the NL Central because that's the worst division in baseball. We'll start with NL Central.
Huge pile of dog shit.
Then we'll do AL Central. Then we'll do AL West. Then we'll do AL East. And then we'll do NL East and then NL West.
There you go.
So we'll start with NL Central, AL West, AL East, NL West. 6 weeks. We'll break down the divisions, the teams, win totals, division props, division futures, World Series futures. We'll break it all down. Rookie of the Year odds, MVP odds, all of it.
So we should really start the week before so we can have that last one
Be all the futures.
Yeah.
All right. So the 12th?
Yep.
Okay. Hold on. What day is the 30th, though,
That's
man?
Super Bowl is 30th is Thursday. Super Bowl is the 12th, right?
Yeah, that's a week of the 12th. So we'll start it on that Tuesday after the Super Bowl.
There we go.
The 14th. Or the 15th, because the 14th is Valentine's Day.
Yep.
So 15th of February, we'll start it. NL Central, AL Central, AL West, AL East, NL West, and then the last show we'll do all of our MVP, AL MVP, NL MVP, Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, all that shit. That'll be the last one. All right. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to baseball. Looking forward to the Super Bowl, man.
Let's go, y'all!
Do we got any best bets for tomorrow, fellas?
Shit, I don't even know. I don't have any hockey bets.
It's only one hockey game, so
There's only Blues and Jets. Go fucking Jets, man. Money line is not nice, so let's go Jets -1.5.
All right, Jets -1.5. Irv, we got
give
anything?
me. Damn, the Grizzlies don't play tomorrow. I would have faded them. So the Lakers don't play tomorrow. So I mean, LeBron James and Anthony Davis out tomorrow for the Lakers. So if Brooklyn's -10, pounded.
Yeah, hey, LeBron is he's pacing for that record, dude. He's pacing himself. I got a few best bets. I like Wolves, the Timberwolves -1 against the Sacramento Kings. I think the Sacramento Kings are hella fraudulent. First of all, I don't think the Timberwolves are that great of a team. But they have been playing very well in their last few games. They're 7-3 against the spread in their last 10, and they're 15-13 against the spread at home. So give me the Wolves -1 at home, and then I also like University of Missouri, Kansas City against South Dakota State at home. UMKC has been very good at home. They're 7-3 against the spread at home, and there's a really good home team in South Dakota State. I mean, they're coming off 3 straight losses. I just think this is a good spot for UMKC. So give me UMKC Horizon League play or Summit League play. I'm sorry. Let's go.
Let's get it.
How was your beer?
It was good, man. The sour was excellent.
Nice.
It was I didn't even talk about the second one I poured. But it was good, dude. It was good. How was yours? I'd give mine about a 4.25 out of 5. It was a little overwhelming with vanilla, in my opinion. I would have liked some more berries.
Yeah,
But
this
good.
Swami's is a really good one. It's not too heavy of a pale ale, or sorry, an IPA. It doesn't have that strong slap in the face that you get with hop heavy IPAs. 6.8%. Didn't drink as heavy as that percentage gives us. you know, it's a great one. It's super light, super easy to drink. I'd give this one a 4 or 5.
Nice.
Definitely a good beer. Irv, even though you don't like IPAs, I think you'd like this
Oh
one.
no, I just don't like those sour ones, the double pale.
Yeah.
Those aren't sour, dog. Those are just strong.
They just bitter. Man, nobody asks you.
Dog shit.
Fuck yeah.
Awesome.
But
All right.
next time I'll be drinking that Natty Daddy.
There
Dog
we
shit.
go. Make sure to go to Valor. Use promo code TAPROOM and get $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more.
Yes, sir. $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. Make sure to tune in on Tuesday. We're going to be breaking down the Super Bowl a little bit more in depth from the analysis point of view. We'll be getting a little bit more information on Mahomes' ankle, probably. A lot of the injury reports. Maybe we'll get some props out by then. I'm not entirely sure. Some of the books wait till the Friday before. But once we get into those props, following week we're gonna be talking a lot of fucking props, dude. So you definitely want to tune in. Like I said, the Super Bowl is a chance to make a lot of money because this is the most bet event of the entire year. So there is edges to be had here. All right. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Thank y'all for joining us. We'll be back on Tuesday to discuss more NFL. And like we just talked about, we broke down our schedule. We're going to be breaking down the Major League Baseball starting February 15th. So you're definitely going to want to tap in for that. Because futures in the Major League Baseball realm is where you can make really good money, in my opinion. So definitely tap in with us. We'll be seeing y'all later. Have a blessed Monday. Let's get this money and let's go.
Shout out Ken Griffey Jr.
Shout out Barry Bonds.
Still better.
and Barry Bonds. That shit still ain't landed.
Go Bonds. Best player in the history of Major League Baseball.
What about Ricky Henderson?
Well, Ricky Henderson's the greatest leadoff hitter in the history of baseball. That's not even a debate. Like, you can't debate that. There's no debate.
Man, the greatest hitter of all time. I mean, the greatest baseball player of all time is Jackie Robinson. You know why? Because if it wasn't for Jackie, there wouldn't be no Barry Bonds or Ricky Henderson.
Okay, fair point.